Okay, this is John Black, Super Chemist. Hopefully we're on the last. This is part 3. This is part of my playlist called Pastafarian Sermons. This is part, I think, 4C. Normally I just have one video for my sermons, but this sermon is actually going to take up 3 videos. So now we're down to the last. We've already discussed all the reasons why the Christian religion condones human sacrifice, and we've proved it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Now we're going to get into the Christian religion, because they not only, the Christian religion, the Jews that are Christians, they not only believe in human sacrifice, but their whole religion is based on it. It's the foundation. If you do not believe in human sacrifice, you cannot go to heaven in the Christian religion. And you can say to me, bullshit, that doesn't make any sense. Of course it makes sense, okay? Let's look at the Christian religion, okay? What is it based on? Okay, it's based on this one simple sentence. God sacrificed his only begotten Son so God could forgive humanity's sins. Now, we've all heard that sentence. We've all heard that whatever. You cannot get into heaven. This is what a Christian believes, unless you believe this sentence that I just said. God sacrificed his only begotten Son so God could forgive humanity's sins. Okay, you can't get into heaven. No Christian can say I'm lying about that. Okay, that's the foundation of Christianity. You have to believe that Jesus was God's Son, and that God sacrificed him so that he could forgive humanity's sins. Okay, now let's think about this sentence, right? Because I realized this at 8 years old. I don't understand people. It's all double talk. God sacrificed. Who did he sacrifice? His only begotten Son, Jesus. Was Jesus human? Yeah, Jesus was human. So let's change this sentence, and we're going to put, because the sacrifice was human, right? Okay, so let's just add that word in, human. God, human, sacrificed his only begotten Son so God could forgive humanity's sins. Mm-hmm. But their religion is not based on human sacrifice. That sounds like doublespeak to me. And I wanted to bring up also about what a scapegoat is. You know what the word scapegoat comes from? It comes from a sacrifice, an animal sacrifice. If you did some sins, you want to make up for it, you get your goat and you animal sacrifice him, and that is your scapegoat. See, and what's a scapegoat? A scapegoat is someone that takes your punishment. You do the crime, but someone else does the time. The scapegoat does the time, does the punishment. That's it. That's where it comes from. It was when you get your goat, you animal sacrifice it because you did stuff. So, you sinned. But somehow you killing this goat, this scapegoat, it absolves you of your sins. You know what I mean? That is wrong, okay? Pastafarian religion, if you do the crime, you do the time. You do the crime, you do the punishment. You don't scapegoat it out to your son, like the Bible says, the dad is a sinner, and then the son and 3 generations more, the grandson, the great-grandson, the great-great-grandson, all of them, they got to be punished, to make up for the dad's sins. Yeah, we don't believe in that in the Pastafarian religion, okay? You punish the person who needs to punish, not innocent people that are related to them, okay? That's insane. That's doublespeak, okay? Right? But I want you to... getting past the fact that this is obviously... You can't... And this sentence has been said millions of times by every Christian. God sacrificed. Human sacrifice. He's a human. And if he was sacrificed for God, that makes him a sacrifice. A human sacrifice. Human sacrificed his only begotten Son so God could forgive humanity's sins. Okay, so first of all, that proves it right there. Okay, to me. To everybody else in the whole planet, no, they don't see it. They're like, what are you talking about? God, human sacrifice? No, Jesus wasn't a human. He was a human, but, and yeah, he was sacrificed, but he wasn't a human sacrifice. But let me ask you this, past that, okay, and I'm at 8 years old asking this question, and the adults can't. Why? It doesn't make any sense. Why would God, first of all, if God can do everything and do anything, that's a lie, because you're just telling me that he can't forgive us, humanity's sins, unless this kid is murdered and tortured for some reason, okay? Can you imagine me going up and, this guy here, Joe, he screws me over big time, okay? And I'm like, Joe, Joe comes to me, he wants forgiven, I'm like, Joe, I can't forgive you, but I tell you what, my son over here, Ed, if somebody comes and nails him to a cross and tortures him and kills him, I will forgive you. But I can't see myself forgiving you unless somebody comes and hurts my son and tortures him and kills him. Because that don't make no sense to me. I mean, why would I forgive you without my son dying? I mean, they're so correlated and related that, I mean, I don't understand. Doesn't anyone have that question? And when they do have the question, they just ignore it. They can't, it's a trick of the devil. It's a trick of the Republican. It's a trick of the evil. Facts are evil. Facts are racist. They're transphobic. But how does someone's son getting murdered and tortured, how does that make them be able to, forgive or not forgive another person that has nothing to do with this person that's getting tortured? How is that correlated? And you have a third of the planet who says this makes sense. That God human sacrificed his only begotten son. Why? Why? Because obviously he couldn't forgive anybody unless he did that. Because that makes sense. That makes sense. I don't understand humans at all, except for the fact I understand they're crazy. They're idiots. But again, I'm going to tell you, Pastafarian religion, we are so against human sacrifice. It's unreal. And since I have time left over, I wanted to bring up, the U.S. people in the United States that are Christians, they always act like, oh, our country is based on Christianity and, our rules and our beliefs. No, they aren't, okay? If they were, we would, first of all, if we went with the Bible, the laws in the Bible, we would have slavery, right? We would have human sacrifice. We would have animal sacrifice. We would have certain types of rape. And there's a thing in the Bible where if you rape a woman who is a virgin but not betrothed to anybody and you rape her, the rapist can pay 50 shekels and buy the woman that he just raped. Force her to marry him. So the rape victim has to marry the rapist and be raped over and over again for the rest of her life. But not only that, since she's supposed to be the wife, she's got to do it. She has to clean up after him. A rapist. She's got to clean up after him, make his food for the rapist, and then let him rape her. And then when she's done with all her housework and taking care of him, then she has to lay there and let him rape her, and then she got to do that the next day and the next day and the next day. That's God's laws. And they act like they're against abortion. The abortion condones abortion, okay? Not all abortion. You have to have a certain type of, prerequisites. But yeah, the Bible condones abortion. I don't know why they act like it doesn't. You know what I mean? But if we, went by the laws of Christianity, this country would be crap. All right, we would have polygamy. Why don't we have polygamy then? If our laws are, if U.S. laws are based on Christianity. They are not based on Christianity. They're actually based on the opposite of Christianity. As a matter of fact, not only was this country not based on Christianity, it was based on running away from the persecution of Christians and other religious people, nut jobs, right? That's why we came here. It wasn't because we wanted to be Christians and, no, we wanted to be anything we wanted to be and not have the other religions persecute us. That's what we wanted. We came here to have freedom of religion, not to be Christians and just take freedom from everyone away from everyone else and make them be Christians and make our laws about Christianity. No. That's why the Pastafarian and the American both believe that there's a state and there's a church. You never bring them together. Okay? They're separate. All right? Because then you have nut jobs in these other religions, The Pastafarian religion, you don't need to invoke God. Because everything makes sense. There's no doublespeak. The Christian has to explain, hey, God, your whole religion is based on this one sentence. God, human, sacrificed his only begotten son so he could forgive his sins. How are you going to explain that away? You can't. Because it makes no sense. I can only forgive a person if a third person that's innocent and has nothing to do with the first person, unless he gets hurt and killed or whatever, I can't forgive this guy? That makes no sense. There's no double speak in. See, that's why you have to invoke God. Well, I don't have to explain it. God. They invoke God because they can't make double speak sound like sense. Okay, they can't do it. It's not possible because it's double speak. That means it doesn't make sense by definition. Let's see how much time we have left here. 3 minutes. So anyways, yeah, nothing, our government in the U.S., we have nothing, no. We have nothing to do with, it's not because we wanted to be Christians. It's because we wanted freedom. We wanted to get away from Christian persecution. That's why people came to the United States. Because there's Catholics and the Christians at the UK persecuting everyone, killing everybody, and the same thing in the other countries. You got, all the religions are persecuting all the other religions. You know what I mean? Because that's how they are. Only the Pastafarian religion doesn't persecute. Okay? But they came here for two reasons. Freedom of religion and freedom from persecution of religion. Okay, they didn't come here because they wanted everyone to be Christians. They came here because they wanted the Christians to stop pushing them around, telling them how to think, So don't act like we're based on your values, because your values are crap, okay? You believe in human sacrifice, okay? Your values are evil, all right? And you can't explain away what I've just said in these last 3 videos. You can't explain away it, all right? Facts are facts. Like I said, in the next couple of videos, I'm not going to be bringing up the Christian religion or, comparing it, although I will be making more videos comparing the two religions. But they can't all be about just bashing the Christian religion or the Jews or Muslims or whatever. So like I said, the verses that I've looked at or whatever from the King James Version, if you want to look any of this stuff up or whatever, you can. I suggest you do it. It's funny, when I tell people these stories, especially like the Jephthah story, out of all these stories, the Jephthah story, because you always get that thing from that Christian, right, or that Jew or the whatever, or that Muslim, and they put their head down in shame of their God and their religion and their beliefs. So they understand that what they're thinking and what they believe is crap and evil. But they don't have a choice because they're so brainwashed. You know what I mean? That's what brainwashed is. It's, like me, when I'm wrong about something, I'm not brainwashed, because when I get evidence that is, contrary to what my beliefs are, I change my beliefs. So I could be tricked. But I can't be brainwashed, because brainwashed means even when you get facts and data like I've just given everybody, you still will not change your opinion. You just won't do it because you are brainwashed. Oh, you have a blessed day.